Hello friends, it is August and there is a very good chance that somewhere in your house right now there is a brown envelope from the government that you have not opened yet, or one that is about to arrive, and inside it is a decision that you have a limited number of days to respond to before it becomes permanent. I want to be very clear about why this matters. The Department for Work and Pensions and HMRC do not ring you to explain your options. They send a letter, they set a clock running, and they expect you to already know what to do. By the time most people work out what the letter actually meant, the deadline has quietly passed and the money is gone, or the decision has been made for them. I have gone through the official guidance, the HMRC rules, and everything confirmed for the 2026 tax year, and I have found 5 specific letters that land on pensioners' doormats that you must reply to this month if one reaches you. I will tell you exactly what each one looks like, what it really means, and the one step it takes to protect yourself. Stay until the end, because letter number 4 is the one almost nobody understands, and getting it wrong can cost you your entire payment over a misunderstanding. Before we get into it, if you are not subscribed, please do that now and turn on the bell. The rules change constantly, and when they change, nobody writes to explain it. The people subscribed here find out before the letter arrives. The people who are not tend to find out afterwards, after the deadline, after the deduction has already started. Hit subscribe and let us get into it. Letter number 1, the HMRC Simple Assessment. This is the one catching hundreds of thousands of pensioners completely off guard, and the reason is a number most people have never been told. After the April 2026 increase, the full new state pension sits at £12,547.60 a year. The personal allowance, the amount you can receive before income tax is due, is frozen at £12,570. That leaves a gap of just £22.40. Any other income at all? A small private pension, a little savings interest, a few hours of part-time work pushes you over the line. And because the state pension is paid without any tax taken off, HMRC waits until after the tax year ends and then sends you a simple assessment, a letter telling you that you owe income tax, often for the very first time in your retirement. HMRC sends most of these letters out in July and August, which is exactly why this matters right now. They are landing this month. If one arrives, do not panic and do not ignore it. Turn to the second page, where the full calculation is set out, and check every figure against your own records, because the figures are not always right. Banks now report your interest automatically. Joint accounts are split 50-50 by default, whether that is correct or not, and mistakes are common. If the numbers are wrong, you have 60 days from the date on the letter to contact HMRC and challenge them. Miss that window and the figure stands. Letter number 2, the DWP Overpayment Notice. Over the past year, the DWP has been writing to claimants, telling them they were overpaid, sometimes years ago, and demanding the money back. For people on pension credit or housing benefit, these letters are dropping through letterboxes right now, and here is the part that makes them so unfair. In a great many cases, the overpayment was not the claimant's fault at all. It was the DWP's own system that miscalculated, and the person spent that money in good faith on heating and food, and now they are being asked to return it. What almost nobody knows is that you have rights here, but they come with a clock. From the date on that decision letter, you have 1 month to request what is called a mandatory reconsideration, a formal review asking the DWP to look again. If the error was theirs and not yours, you can argue that recovery should not go ahead. And in cases of genuine hardship, the DWP has the power to write the debt off entirely, though it will never offer that itself unless you raise it. The danger is timing, because once deductions begin, and on pension credit that can mean a real weekly cut, your room to negotiate shrinks. If a letter has arrived, ring Citizens Advice or contact the DWP straight away and get that reconsideration request in within the month. That deadline is real and it matters. Letter number 3, the Winter Fuel Payment Letter, and this one is about a deadline most people do not realize exists. For winter 2026, the rules have changed again. Every pensioner of state pension age is now entitled to a winter fuel payment of between £200 and £300, paid automatically in November or December, with the official letter confirming your amount arriving in October or November. But here is the catch that catches higher earners. If your total income is above £35,000, AMRC will claw the whole payment back through your tax code or self-assessment. If you would rather not take a payment, you are only going to have to repay, there is an opt-out, and the deadline is in September. The online opt-out closes at the end of the day on the 20th of September 2026, and the phone opt-out a couple of days earlier. So if you are above that income line, August is the month to decide and act, because once the autumn deadline passes, the payment goes out, and the repayment follows whether you wanted it or not. And if you are not a higher earner, but you do not get a letter or the money by late January, that is your signal to contact the Winter Fuel Payment Centre, because something has gone wrong. Letter number 4, the PIP Award Review Form, and this is the one that is most misunderstood. From the 2nd of June 2026, the DWP gained the power to extend existing personal independence payment awards, pushing review dates back so claimants with stable conditions are not dragged through constant reassessment. For most people, that is genuinely good news. But it has created confusion, because 2 very different brown envelopes can arrive. One is a letter simply confirming your award has been extended to a new end date, and if that is what you have, you do not need to do anything except read it carefully and note the new date. The other is the actual review form, the AR1, and that one you must complete and return within 1 month, or your claim can simply end. Here is the mistake that costs people their award. On that form, never write the words "no change." The person assessing you may not even have your original claim in front of them. They are making a fresh decision based only on what you write now, so treat it like a brand new application and describe in full how every task affects you, on your good days and your bad days. And if your condition has actually got worse, do not wait for the review at all. Ring the PIP line and report a change of circumstances. The number to ring is 0800 121 4433. Letter number 5, the invitation to claim your state pension, and this is the one people assume they can leave on the side, which is exactly the problem. When you approach your state pension age, now 66 and rising to 67, the DWP sends you a letter, usually up to 4 months beforehand, inviting you to claim. Here is what catches people out. The state pension does not start automatically. If that letter arrives and you do nothing, your pension is not paid. It is simply deferred, and your money does not begin until you actually respond and claim. Now, deferring can be a deliberate and sensible choice for some people because it increases the eventual amount, but it should be a decision you make on purpose, not something that happens to you by accident because a letter went unanswered. And there is a hard limit you need to know. If you claim late, you can only backdate that claim by up to 12 months. Every week beyond that window is gone permanently, so when that invitation arrives, do not file it away to deal with later. Decide deliberately whether you want to claim now or defer, and if you want your money, act on it straight away. So here is where we stand, and these are the 5 to watch for this month. A simple assessment from 8MRC, where you have 60 days to challenge the figures if they are wrong. A DWP overpayment notice, where you have 1 month to request a mandatory reconsideration. The winter fuel payment letter, where higher earners have until late September to opt out of a payment they will only have to repay. A PIP review, where the form must come back within a month and you must never write "no change." And the invitation to claim your state pension, which pays nothing until you respond and backdates only 12 months. None of these letters explain themselves properly, and none of them wait for you. The only thing standing between you and the right outcome is opening the envelope, understanding what it really means, and acting before the clock runs out. Subscribe and share this with someone you know who is over 60 and might have a brown envelope sitting unopened on the side. One conversation could make a real difference. I will see you in the next one.